The United States military has run this war game 18 times. The scenario is always the same. China invades Taiwan, American forces respond, and the two most powerful militaries on Earth collide in the Western Pacific. The result has been the same every time. The United States loses, not in a close fight, not in a long war of attrition where American industrial power eventually turns the tide. In the opening hours, before the second day begins, American ships are sunk, American aircraft are destroyed on the ground, American bases are struck by missiles, and the forces America could actually get into the fight in time are overwhelmed by what China has spent 20 years preparing. These are not classified simulations run in secret bunkers by people who will be fired for what they found. These are documented, partially declassified, and in several cases publicly discussed by senior American military officials who are deeply alarmed by what they reveal. Most Americans have never heard a word about them. Today, we are going to change that. Let's start with what most people assume about American military power, because the assumption is worth examining. The United States spends approximately $850 billion per year on its military. That is more than the next 10 countries combined. More than China, Russia, India, the United Kingdom, Saudi Arabia, Germany, France, South Korea, Japan, and Australia, all at once. The American military operates 11 nuclear-powered aircraft carriers, a fleet of submarines that no adversary can reliably track, the most advanced stealth aircraft ever built, and a global network of bases that allows it to project force to virtually any point on Earth within days. By any conventional measure of military power, budget, equipment, technology, training, the United States military is not just the best in the world. It is in a category by itself. So how does it lose a war with China before the second day? The answer is geography and time, and 20 years of very deliberate Chinese strategy. When military planners talk about a potential conflict over Taiwan, they are not describing a war that looks like any war America has fought in the last 3 decades. The Gulf War, Afghanistan, Iraq. In each of those conflicts, the United States had weeks or months to build up forces, establish supply lines, position aircraft and ships, and prepare before the first major engagement. The operational tempo was set largely by American choices. A Taiwan conflict is the opposite of that. China does not need to defeat the entire American military. China only needs to accomplish one specific objective: seize Taiwan, faster than the United States can organize and deploy a response capable of stopping it. Military planners call this the fait accompli problem. China seizes the island before America can respond in force. The United States then faces a choice between accepting the outcome or trying to take Taiwan back from a Chinese military that is now dug in and prepared to defend it. That second option is dramatically more costly and risky than stopping the invasion in the first place. The clock starts the moment Chinese forces begin moving, and that clock, according to nearly every serious analysis conducted over the last decade, runs out before American forces can arrive in sufficient numbers to matter. Here is the geography. Taiwan sits approximately 110 miles off the coast of mainland China. The Chinese military can begin moving troops, aircraft, and amphibious landing craft toward Taiwan within hours of an order. Chinese land-based aircraft can be over Taiwan in minutes. Chinese missiles, short, medium, and long range, can hit every significant military installation on the island within the first hour. The nearest major American military installation is Kadena Air Base in Okinawa, Japan, approximately 400 miles from Taiwan. The nearest carrier strike group, if one is in the area, might be anywhere from 500 to 1,500 miles away, depending on its current patrol position. Ground forces capable of responding to an amphibious invasion are not stationed anywhere in the immediate region. The distance problem is compounded by a strike problem. China's missile forces, the People's Liberation Army Rocket Force, have spent 2 decades building a missile arsenal specifically designed to hit American bases in Japan, Guam, and South Korea in the opening minutes of any conflict. Kadena Air Base, Yokosuka Naval Base, Andersen Air Force Base in Guam. All of them are within range of Chinese ballistic and cruise missiles. The Chinese war plan, as best as American analysts can reconstruct it from open sources and intelligence assessments, follows a straightforward logic. In the first 90 minutes of conflict, suppress American air power in Japan and strike American carrier groups at sea before they can launch aircraft or missiles. Create a window, maybe 48 hours, maybe 72, in which American forces are degraded, disorganized, and unable to mount effective resistance while Chinese forces complete the seizure of Taiwan. It is, in its structure, similar to the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor in 1941, a devastating opening strike designed to neutralize American power before it can be brought to bear. The difference is that China has spent 20 years building the tools to execute it. Now let's talk about what the war games actually show. In 2015, the RAND Corporation published a study titled War with China, Thinking Through the Unthinkable. It was one of the most significant and sobering analyses of American military capability ever published by a major research institution. Some of its findings were classified, others were released publicly. All of them should be required reading for anyone who thinks American military dominance is automatic. The RAND analysis looked at a range of scenarios involving American military response to a Chinese attack on Taiwan across different time frames, conflicts in 2015 versus projected conflicts in 2025. The trajectory was stark. In 2015 scenarios, American forces performed reasonably well in the opening phase of conflict, though with significant losses. By 2025, the picture had shifted dramatically. Chinese investments in anti-access and area denial capabilities, missiles, submarines, electronic warfare, cyber operations, had substantially eroded American advantages. American air losses in a near-peer conflict over Taiwan were assessed in some scenarios at over 200 aircraft in the first week. Ship losses included surface combatants. The ability of carrier strike groups to operate within effective strike range of Taiwan was assessed as severely constrained. RAND was careful to note that their analysis did not predict the outcome of an actual war. Wars are not war games. Leadership, logistics, alliance performance, strategic decision-making, and 100 other factors shape real conflicts in ways that no simulation can fully capture. But the trend line in the simulations, American conventional military advantage shrinking year by year as Chinese capabilities grow, was unmistakable. And RAND was not alone. In 2021, the Chief of United States Indo-Pacific Command, Admiral Philip Davidson, told a Senate hearing that China could move against Taiwan within the following 6 years. He did not say American forces would lose. He said the United States needed urgent investment in military capabilities in the Pacific, or the balance would shift in China's favor. In 2023, Air Force General Mike Minahan sent a memo to his commands stating that his gut told him the United States would be in a fight with China in 2025. He did not walk that back. These are not fringe voices. These are the senior uniformed leaders of the United States military telling Congress and the American public, as directly as they can within the constraints of their positions, that something is wrong. Let's get specific about what China has built. The system that American war planners are most focused on is called anti-access and area denial, a 2/AD for short. It is not a single weapon. It is a layered network of systems designed to make it catastrophically costly for American forces to operate in the Western Pacific. Subscribe now so you do not miss it. And tell me in the comments, do you think the United States is doing enough to deter a Chinese move on Taiwan, or is America sleepwalking into the most dangerous crisis since the Cold War? Drop your answer below. I want to hear what you think.